While the 812's power feels eminently manageable thanks to the naturally aspirated engine's intuitive throttle response, it isn't until escape is switched off that the truly beastly nature of the car emerges. In what we'll call man-up mode, the 812's personality shifts. The V12 responds without the politeness of electronic intervention, easily charging the vehicle ahead and even more easily sliding the tail out. More mechanical grip requires higher corner speeds to break the paralyzed grip loose. When that happens, quick counter-steer is in order to keep the front end in tandem with the rear. Incidentally, Ferrari engineers say that during this state of oversteer, the electronic steering system is designed to slacken the steering in one direction, just like when the tires break loose with a hydraulic setup. The real-life feeling is appropriately realistic. Though the electronic steering feels slightly heavier and incrementally less lucid and transparent than the outgoing setup, the feedback is communicative enough not to raise significant red flags about its artificiality. There is, most certainly, a difference between old and new, but the difference is not strong enough to warrant storming the castles of technology, especially when they indeed have finally become a part of the vehicle's ever-complicated electronic systems. Having explored the 812's limits on the track, the road becomes an appropriate place to dial back the drama and explore the grand touring side of the car's personality. That said, the V12 makes it all but impossible to switch on the Bose-powered stereo system, which is just as well. The mellifluous internal combustion song is all but impossible to ignore, as is the addictive feeling of thrust as it sweeps the tachometer up toward its 8,900 revolutions per minute red line. Leave the gearbox in automatic, and shifts are remarkably smooth and well-timed. Hit a twisty road and click the Manetti note to race, and the shift strategy is just as good as you'll find on Porsche's near-perfect PDK system, holding the revs in just the right range for strong-spirited driving. When switched to manual mode, the shifts get a tad less smooth, but the feeling of control is unparalleled. There's virtually no lag between tactile input and cog swap, and a new feature enables the driver to hold down the left paddle during hard braking, which triggers multiple shotgun quick downshifts. Neat. In fact, neat just might be the operative word when piloting the 812 on twisty roads. Despite its relatively lengthy 107-inch wheelbase and longish snout, the Ferrari manages to tackle switchbacks with zero drama. Ride quality is controlled and firm but never busy, and the so-called bumpy road setting offers a bit more compliance over the pothole bits. Even in the relatively restrictive race mode, power is routed from the electronic differential to the road with seamless ease, no tire slip, no problem. And within the cabin, the mood is modulated because harnessing the engine's immense power is far less stressful than you might expect, thanks to the intuitive feedback from the throttle, brakes, and steering. If you could sum up the predominant mood following a day of driving the Ferrari 812 Superfast, it just might be a feeling of supreme satisfaction. With an endlessly smooth and powerful V12 under the hood, an accommodating cabin, and surprisingly agility, the 812 manages to achieve superlatives across a seemingly improbable spread of the performance, comfort scatter plot. It's effortlessly quick, impressively athletic, and surprisingly comfortable. The only elements that seem to open themselves to criticism are abundance of slats and vents that break up the F12's otherwise sculptural shape, and a bit more plastic trim on the interior than befits a $308,000 car. Apart from those quibbles, there really isn't anything on the Ferrari 812 that isn't super.